Spoilers for NCIS Hawaii Season 3, LL Cool J on Sam. When we first watch NCIS Hawaii, we notice that it stands out for a few key reasons. Which one is the largest one? Obviously, Sam Hanna's presence. The presence of LL Cool J on the show this time around can undoubtedly be entertaining, but you still want it to be more than just a crossover. Fortunately, it will satisfy the character's needs. When Season 3 resumes, a considerable amount of time will have passed, and as a result, you will witness Sam's crucial assistance to Jane Tennant, who is still dealing with a great deal of trauma from what transpired many months prior. Sam has experienced a great deal. He's done a lot, seen a lot, and is accustomed to handling the PTSD that comes with it all. Tennant's experiences are certainly quite real and had a significant impact on her life. He is therefore a reliable sounding board for her, someone who can be trusted. She is aware that he has been in her shoes. There you have it, the connection there. And it functions. It would be fascinating to see if Sam, who we tend to believe has struggled with finding a sense of purpose ever since losing his wife, finds a greater sense of peace when he is in Hawaii. Though we don't think this program will become NCIS Los Angeles 2.0, we're curious to see how this character works in this setting. Furthermore, we can't help but believe that it might bring the show a few more viewers, which is always a plus at a time when everything is fiercely competitive. Recall that Monday, February 12th, marks the release of NCIS Hawaii's third season. What would you most like to see in the upcoming third season of NCIS Hawaii? Make sure to share immediately in the comments section connected. After you've completed that, don't forget to return for further updates. 3 main arguments in favor of NCIS Sydney's renewal. Despite the coming up of the prequel origins, I sincerely hope Season 2 of NCIS Sydney comes back. Fans of the NCIS series have had to wait longer for the release of the new seasons of both the flagship program and hawai'i as a result of the writers' and performers' strikes that will stop the American film and TV industries for a significant portion of 2023. They haven't completely been without NCIS programming, though since November 14, 2024 saw the premiere of NCIS Sydney, the franchise's first show set outside of the US for CBS viewers and Paramount Plus customers. The 8-episode inaugural season of NCIS Sydney concluded recently for the 2024 TV calendar. Uncertainty exists regarding the continuation of the procedural set in Australia in Season 2. NCIS Sydney has been a wonderful change of pace from the typical genre fare I enjoy as someone who has watched the main NCIS show for over 15 years but until lately didn't bother with any of the other spin-offs aside from viewing the first 3 seasons of Los Angeles. Granted, the upcoming Larry Jethro Gibbs prequel series NCIS Origins excites me as well, but I hope this doesn't stop Sydney from getting a second season. I believe that this NCIS spin-off should be renewed for precisely 3 reasons. That suspenseful conclusion must be resolved. The enigmatic blonde who caused chaos in the episode's pilot, gone fishing, fled from the authorities. However, she reappeared in the penultimate episode of Season 1, titled Bunker Down, as the person responsible for the locked bunker that almost killed everyone inside due to a running oxygen supply. Under the guise of a pregnant woman, Mackie and her crew were able to capture this woman before she fled with the Gaia-metric technology. In the season finale, Blonde Ambition, we learned that this woman was actually Anonymous, an alias. But in Blonde Ambition, it wasn't Anna who was the main troublemaker. Rather, it was her companion, an Eastern European criminal who pretended to be a clown for a birthday, abducted JD's son, and asked that the boy be exchanged for Anna. To cut a long tale short, the kidnapper followed through on his agreement to kill JD and his son, but Anna shot him in the head first after falling for a lie that her partner was just after her return in order to kill her. Even after recognizing she had been duped, Anna advised JD phone a friend and left the scene, leaving the dead man's phone in his hand. Colonel Rankin was reached when JV dialed the only saved number on the phone. This revelation to Mackie and the others, who had been observing JD through cutting-edge government surveillance, led them to believe that Rankin was working with Anna's now-deceased ex-partner. Throughout NCIS Sydney Season 1, Louis Fitzgerald's character Rankin appeared and disappeared as a dubious government official that Mackie prudently mistrusted. Rankin had 2 children of his own back in the States, so it appeared like the two had finally found common ground when he agreed to help securely retrieve GD's son in the final. However, this unexpected revelation puts him right back where he started. A conclusion like this begs the question, is Rankin really corrupt, or was he involved in some kind of covert sting operation with the Eastern European man? Is Rankin operating independently, or is he collaborating with other officials from the US or Australia on this project? Answers are needed. More of this enjoyable stuff is needed. Group dynamic. If you're anything like me, you find yourself pulled to the characters' interactions with each other, as well as the major attraction of watching the main protagonists solve crimes and stop bad guys in a procedural. I'm not as likely to watch if there doesn't seem to be any chemistry between the leads. Fortunately, there isn't a problem with the NCIS Sydney cast. Even while this squad is far from having the same sense of camaraderie as NCIS, these connections have developed very well over the course of 8 episodes. The banter between Deshawn and Evie is entertaining to watch. Mackie and JD made good co-leaders despite their amicable competition, and it's always nice to check in on Blue and Rosie because they aren't out in the field like the other characters. After spending so little time together, the 6 have become rather close, as shown at the conclusion of Brothers in Arms when they came together to celebrate Blue's decision to remain a full-time member of the team. However, there is still so much more that can be explored in these relationships, which is why Season 2 should happen even more. While the main characters of NCIS Sydney are primarily tasked with investigating crimes involving the US Navy, I think it's great that they're growing closer in the process. I believe these characters can become a family with each other, and depending on how long the program runs, we will see them spend a lot of time together outside of work. Sydney's crossover with other NCIS shows is fantastic. There aren't any references to the larger franchise, which is okay, save from a mention of Rocky Carroll's Leon Vance, the NCIS director who makes an appearance in the flagship program NCIS Sydney. It shouldn't take years, if not decades, to become well-versed on NCIS history in order to enjoy this show, and to be quite honest, I think Sydney's self-contained nature is a good thing. Even said, NCIS Sydney is still a procedural set in a wider universe, thus it would be unfortunate if it never had any crossover episodes with other NCIS programs. To be honest, I wouldn't mind seeing Sydney participate in any multi-part crossovers given its fewer episodes per season, assuming that Season 1's duration is maintained. We can go back to this if the show is able to extend its season to maybe 20 episodes, or even simply 13. For the time being, though, I'm considering bringing in a guest star from time to time, similar to how Hanna from LL Cool J will make an appearance in NCIS Hawaii Season 3 when NCIS Los Angeles ends. This keeps the mini crossovers beneficial to Sydney while allowing some connecting threads to be developed with the rest of the NCIS universe. Therefore, I advise the writers to begin looking for an NCIS veteran to bring over to Australia if the show is renewed. Hell, Olivia Swan has already recommended Jessica Knight, played by Katrina Law. Cineblend will share any updates on NCIS Sydney's outcome as soon as they become available. In the interim, enjoy NCIS Hawaii, which premieres on Monday, February 12, as well as NCIS Season 21. NCIS Origins will air somewhere in the 2024 to 2025 TV season.